Alright, muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano pazimu local daily scoop apo patinoda kupa mafirst hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So kana uri mutsva usabve pano usina kusubscribe, kulike nekushare, tinotenda nerutsigiro rwemuri kupa pano pazimu local daily scoop. So muzuva ranhasi muri yeZimbabwe ndauya nenhau yatiri kutaurwa nemagenerals uye yakaitika yatakaona nemaziso, munhu ese akangozviona nemaziso apo patakaona timu Chiwenga yainge isiko kwaiitwa muchato wemwana vakuda tagwere. Ndofunga takazviona ana George Charamba, ana John Mushaya vanhu, ana Obet Mupofu kusanganisa ana VP wacho Chiwenga vainge vasiriko muri yeZimbabwe, vakatoprefer kutoendawo kufamu rekugoromonzi chichi chimwe kuri kuitwa muchato. Apa takaona CAB3 yese vanhu vari kusimbisa CAB3 vainge variko vakazara. Toona ana Machakaire, ana Temba Muliswa, ana Daniel Garwe, vanga vakawandisa ndombo wapedze muri yeZimbabwe, ana Jacob Mafume vakawandisa kana vainge vakaza timu resere 2030 renge riko. Ndosaka muri kuona iri kunzi CAB3 wedding muri yeZimbabwe. So zvina zvinomira zvakanaka. Tira kuti tiwerenge panapa zviri kunyorwa nema-ex combatants, ma-war veteran nema-retired general maererano nekusaenda kwa Vice President kuti Chiwenga kumuchato weCAB3 wemwana vakuda tagwereye. So tiri kuona panapa muri yeZimbabwe pakanyorwa kunzi on the day that criminal kuda kwachita Gwere's son was married, an event that drew the cream of ZANU-PF political and business establishment, General Constantino Chiwenga and the Reserve Bank Governor John Mushaya were not in that make. Muri yeZimbabwe ndofunga tikuzona ndofunga takazona zvese kuti cream yese yebato reZANU-PF iri kusimbisa constitutional amendment bill number 3 yainge iriko kwa kudata Gwere. Ndofunga takona zvipo zvemakutukutu emari akabhadharwa ikoko kuti yanga yakati one day. So tiri kuona pana pakanyorwa kunzi they were at Chiwaraidze farm. Ana VP Chiwenga wanga uri kuChiwaraidze farm in Goromon. Some will call this coincidence. I call it a coordinates report in military intelligence. We were taught that absence is never neutral, where a man is tell you something, where a man is not tell you everything. Criminal's wedding kuda kwachita Gwere's was not merely a family celebration. It was a demonstration of political gravity and gathering designed to show who orbits who when the Vice President of the Republic and the Governor of the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe are absent from that orbit. One of two things has happened: either they were not invited or they choose the farm. Muri yeZimbabwe pari kunzi wanga vasina kukokwa pamweni kana kuti vakachuza zvavo kuenda kufamu. Sezvo tiri kuona kuti misangano mizhinji iri kuatendwa na President Emerson Mnangagwa, VP Chiwenga havasi kuifarira. So tiri kuona pana pakanyorwa kunzi both conclusion and extraordinary. If they were not invited, then the cartel is grown bold enough to include the second most powerful constitutional office in Zimbabwe from its social architecture. Tiri kuona panapa mashoko ari kunyorwa nema-ex combatants nema-retired generals. That is not a sunbeam, that is a power map. If they choose the farm, then General Chiwenga is assembling something deliberately away from the noise, away from the campaign, away from the cameras. A farm, quiet land, trusted company in Goromonzi. Chiwaraidze farm is not just a farm under General Chiwenga's family dictatorship. It is a statement of self-sufficiency of a man who has decided he does not need criminals Tagwere table to eat. Tagwere's table to eat. Tikuona panapa muri yeZimbabwe ndofunga muri kuona ndo zviri kuitika izvi kutoti VP Chiwenga. Ndofunga tiri kuona mapictures aya musi vaitwa wedding ndopongora na John Mshaya vanhu ava vanobeti mupofu vanovhira kuti vakatombobva kwavo kubulawayo kusanganisira neumwe vanhu vakatobudiswa nao havasitombofara nazvo ana sort of like that is judge represent masona munangagwa iri chief former chief justice Lukumalaba ndofunga tiri kuona ndiana VP Chiwenga ndomusipa wanga uri ku farm apa ndofunga tiri kuona kana mabodyguard chacho mabig food dzina dziri mabig wakatorowo hembe dzavo dzepadheni ndofunga mutozviona chichi chimwe havatomboona kurowa masutu wati chichi watori zvawachi kufamu wamwe vari kumuchato mhuri yeZimbabwe. So ndofunga tiri kuona ndo mamiriro azvakaita mhuri yeZimbabwe. Timbopinde mucomment section tione kuti vanhu vamborinawo miono ipi nenhau yakafanana neiyoyo. So tiri kuona panapa comment section pari kusendwa the voice of the people, the vice president. So tiri kuona panapa pakanyorwa kunzi to treat the private wedding of a private citizen's son as a bellwether of the state of Zimbabwe politics is massive strength. If not outright delusional. Tiri kuona panapa mhuri yeZimbabwe ndozviri kunyorwa panapa. Tiri kuona panapa pakanyorwa kunzi I see Madam VP posting the picture on Facebook was sufficient communication that they were not part of the wanga wasitombouripo panhauwa iyoyo mhuri yeZimbabwe. Ndofunga tiri kuona panapa ndo zviri kuitika zvinhu zvinomira zvakanaka. So tiri kuona panapa nyonzi when general assumes office he must make a crime to carry more than 3000 US cash bank must. Ndofunga tinoona zvinoitika kudzimwe nyika mhuri yeZimbabwe hazvitotendewi izvozvo kutakura mari dzakawanda zvinoitwa muno munhu nga munhu musina mutemo unoona munhu aine zigungwa baba remari zimonaki remari hapana kana zvanotomboitwa kana kuAmerica chaibo nitogadziwa chachoko hazvitotenderwi kunotogadzwa ma-US acho hazvitotenderwi vari kutoa ma-abuse ma-US aya. So tiri kuona pana pakanyorwa kunzi vamwari vachatya asi kana zvichiita ongororai mashoko angu imwi vakuru nevaridzi vehondo nemauto chimboratidzai kamwe zvako kuti makamira pamutemo kwete nevanhu mutemo unotimirira bato. Tiri kuona pana paronyora shona. So tiri kuona pana pakanyorwa kunzi they are all criminals, why are you trying to sanitize the other? Tiri kuona panapa vari kunzi ese macriminals mukuru wehondo zvamunotaura ndozvinzwa asi panyaya iyi handina side. Vanhu vaingochema makore ese asi imi mukuru wehondo mainyararidza povo nekuuraya kubata chibharo irowa 2002-2008. tiri kuona ndima retired general dzakutoudzonzi mimba mamuripo maitoitochi semuskiviro nekuti makabudiswa mugame makuda kutanga udodini kuda kuita zvinhu zvakadhakwa. Tiri kuona matsamba akutanga kubudiswa newanhu mhuri yeZimbabwe. Tiri kuona pana pakanyorwa kunzi chati home chareva is so bold statement general chimbomirai. Tiri kuona panapa mudhara munowanza kutaura idi haasi kuda zvese izvi itai zvekuti tiende kuhondo chete plus uyo gavhena ndiye akasiya goridhe richienda naro kuBelarusi. Pakaipa mhuri yeZimbabwe mahwani chechewo. So the criminal Chiwenga as well, they were together command agriculture. Tiri kuona panapa ndo mashoko ari kunyorwa nevanhu tamboti
this CAB3 goes through for whatever reason. I think it's a start for a very, very dangerous cycle in Zimbabwean politics. I genuinely think with the amount of resistance that they faced from different groups, from different citizens, civic groups, churches, people that have come in openly, to talk about why this is bad for it. And because they are so used to getting their own way, and they'll try to get their own way, which way? I think sometimes they fail to listen to advice. And unfortunately, definitely, I think it will be a big distraction to them, one way or the other. It might not be now, but definitely that will be a start of something bad for them, because there's a point when you have to listen up and try to gauge the temperature and see what it is. It's not always about you and trying, to have your own way. Listen to the people. And see, the voice of people is the voice of God. You take the course of this man and you say all these things at one point, it will come back to haunt you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Anyway, regarding
All right. Thank you, Uncle Jed. Am I clear?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I hope you guys are also doing well.
No, we are good. We are good.
So my role today is to educate so that when we discuss from an informed perspective.
Right.
So each time when I join a space and there's a topic and I feel like, before I speak, I need just to do a mini research, I'll quickly do so. So that when I'll come and speak to you guys from an informed perspective.
Absolutely.
So here is the issue. The issue is first votes and the death of the parliamentary independence. So Parliament is guided by what is called the standing rules and orders. In the case of a constitutional bill, it is also guided by the Constitution, Section 328. I hope we all know that.
Yes.
One of the sections within Section 328 talks about having 2/3 majority in both houses
Yes.
for a constitutional bill to pass. What does it mean? It means we need 2/3 of 280, right? Because there are 280 parliamentarians in the National Assembly. That's 210 that get through the first past the post, then 60 proportional representatives, which are women, and then 10 youths.
Yes.
So that makes it 280. What is 2/3 of 280? Can you do the math for me? Because when I leave this page, my network tends to talk. So what is 2/3 of 280?
93. So 93 times 2. So that will be 186, 187, 187.
So we need 187 in the National Assembly for the constitutional bill to pass, right? What is 2/3 of 80? Senate has 80 parliamentarians, 60 being proportional representatives from respective political parties, 18 being Senate chiefs. No, it's actually 16 Senate chiefs, then 2 the President of the Senate and Deputy President, then 2 representatives of persons with disabilities. That's where we get the 80. So what is 2/3 of 80?
It's about 53.
So that's 53, are you sure? Yeah, so we need 53 from Senate and 187 from the National Assembly. Are we clear on that one before I carry on?
Yeah.
Now, before I get into that specifically, the standing rules and orders of Parliament clearly prescribes circumstances that warrant a secret vote. The first one is the election of the Speaker of the National Assembly. In this case, being Jacob, the other name I failed to pronounce it. It's a Tonga name. Then Jacob Mtenda. Jacob Francis blah blah Mtenda. So the standing rules and orders says when Parliament, after the National Assembly, sits for the first time after a general assembly, they must choose the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. According to Section 126 of the Zimbabwean Constitution, so they vote through the secret ballot, where there are nominations. If there are 2 or more nominations, then voting must take place. The election is managed by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. And then, so this is for the Speaker of the National Assembly and Deputy Speaker. We go to the Senate. Similarly, the same procedure must happen. I think it's according to Section 121 or 122, I stand to be cited, of the Constitution. So they then vote for the President of the Senate. That's number 1. That warrants a secret ballot. Number 2, the scenario that warrants a secret ballot is the regional representation. We have the Pan-African Parliament and the SADC Parliamentary Forum. I'm sure you're aware of those. So as a country, we'll be choosing representatives that go there and constitute parliamentarians within the SADC Parliamentary Forum representing Zimbabwe. So if it exceeds the required number of nominations, then a secret ballot is warranted according to the standing rules and orders. Thirdly, the secret ballot is warranted when it comes to, although in this case it's not a must. For the other 2, it's a must. For this one, it's not really a must, but there may be circumstances that warrant a secret ballot. When they are choosing chairpersons for portfolio committees and thematic committees. Portfolio are in the National Assembly, thematic are in the Senate. So ordinarily, this is more of inter-party. To say this party will take this portfolio, that one, it's usually inter-party. But there are circumstances where members constituting that portfolio committee seem not to agree on who is supposed to be the chairperson. So they then are subjected to a secret ballot. I will clear in that regard before I get to the gist of the matter.
Yeah, we are following.
Now we go to this case. In the case of ordinary bills and constitutional bills, the standing rules and orders does not mandate a parliament to conduct a secret ballot. And this is not only evident in Zimbabwe, but in a number of countries, even in European countries and other parts of the world. The reason is number 1, to enforce public accountability. Ideally, parliamentarians are representatives of constituencies As such, when it comes to voting for constitutional bills and ordinary bills, they are subjected to open voting for purposes of transparency and accountability for the respective constituency. This is done so that constituency members have the legal standing or sufficient grounds to punish a parliamentarian who would have voted against their desired or preferred way. Because ordinarily they must go to the people, consult them, hear what they want, and when they vote according to what people wanted. But when we go the secret ballot way, it means it deprives the respective constituents from knowing where their representative voted or how their representative voted. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, Zambia highlights is to avoid vote buying or acts of corruption. Because if it's open ballot and as a parliamentarian you have been swayed by a donor or a wealthy person to vote in a particular manner, then if you vote against what that individual who paid you or who bribed you wanted you to do, it means it's easy for you to be caught. And that can explode. It can be something that can work against you. Because that person can come out in the open and say, but I gave so and so money to vote this way, and instead